Welcome back into the Playmakers. Podiachek just walked to score the 5th run for the Kansas Jayhawks. They take the walk-off win. Nick called it.
I did taste it.
He did. He tasted the victory, the comeback victory. So Kansas moves to 1-0 at home this season. Now, on to basketball. It was a physical battle in Lawrence earlier this season, and this game would be very ugly early on. Coach Bill Self not liking what he's seeing, but he should like Ellis's spin around 2 defenders for the bucket. Ellis had a tough night. More on that later, though. Mason channels his inner Russell Westbrook with the around the body handles for the easy lay-in. Mason became the 58th Jayhawk to score 1,000 career points in this game. The good news, later, K-State misses the basket. Good news, right? Wrong. Take another look. At the bottom of the pile, Ellis gets kicked in the face. He has to leave, and his presence would be missed. The Wildcats win on a run, including a nasty dunk to get within 5. Jamari Traylor would not lose again in Bramlage, though. He emphatically hit the rim to make it 7 again. Ellis back in the game, but K-State gets it to 4. Under 2 left, Graham nails it with the step-back jumper. Kansas holds on to the game with Kansas loses 2 players to foul trouble, Lucas and Traylor. Ellis going down twice, injured. He scored 14, however, and Mason scored 16. K-State's Barry Brown has their high with 13 points. Kansas kept their 2-game lead in the Big 12 with 3 games left to play. Now, Nick, the men got a much-needed road win on Saturday. How did the women fare?
Kansas almost pulled off the miraculous and got their first win in conference play, but it would come down to Lauren Aldridge having to sit out part of the second half to get this game to a loss. Start out with Tamika O'Neal. She hits an open 3, hit the tape. The 3-point specialist, 15 for her on the night. Another one here from LA3. Aldridge is back in and in a big way. Beautiful floater there and would have 20 on the night. The pink uniform is doing wonders in the first quarter. Did not miss a 3 until the media timeout of the second quarter. We have talked in the past about spacing problems, and the spacing was there on Saturday. O'Neal, boom, goes dynamite. Bench fired up. The most energy I've seen out of them all season. Oklahoma getting some love. Maddie Manning with the pink headband fadeaway jumper. That's her game. Jab step by Aldridge on this next play. She makes this all day. Kansas putting up the stats. 45% from the field, 41% from 3. Trey Lewis was a leading scorer for the Sooners, setting all kinds of records as a sophomore. Shot very well too, 53% from the field and 60% from free. Coach Brandon had nothing but nice compliments about his team's fight after the game. LA3 and O'Neal chimed in as well.
I really like how we responded today. I think we responded as a group of people that have the right kind of character, and just thought we competed really hard. And I'm disappointed for our players because I felt like they played in such a way that they deserved to win today. And unfortunately, we got a couple of bad breaks down the stretch. Of course, I'm proud of them, but at the same time, I think it's important for everyone in our program to understand that it's that type of effort that's required of you every night if you're going to compete in this league.
We had a come to Jesus meeting the other day in the film room, and it was just about how we have to represent ourselves and represent this university, and more than anything, just play for each other. And I just took that to heart a little bit and wanted to go out and have a great game and play for all the reasons that we talked about in the film room.
Kansas men's golf took it to Palm Desert, California for the Desert Intercollegiate Palm Desert Invitational. Kansas won their 3rd title of the season. Did bring home some hardware to Lawrence. They led after round 1 on Friday by 3 strokes and never lost the lead. Colorado took the Jayhawks down to 1 stroke with 5 holes to play, but KU ended up taking down the Buffaloes by 3. The top performers this weekend were Dan Hudson and Charlie Healer. Hudson led the team until the final hole, birdied 4 of the last 6 holes to finish at -6 going into Sunday, but would finish at -3, which was a tie for 5th. Healer finished in 3rd at -5. He had 2 birdies in a final round of -2. The team finished in reverse order of what they were seeded. Healer was ranked 5th, Hudson 4th, Connor Peck 3, Hannah 2, and Welly 1. So a little bit of an interesting factoid there that they finished in opposite order. Let's throw it over to baseball. Kev, you have a little bit more about us for that.
I do. So the Jayhawks were in action this weekend on Saturday, not just today and Monday. It was in Little Rock, Arkansas. Ben Krauth was the starter. He's usually the Friday starter, but he got the Saturday start in this one because they didn't have a game on Friday. He struggled. He was behind hitters all day long, routinely. He only got 5 innings of work. He gave up 6 hits and a home run, only the second he's ever given up. But
That's crazy.
It is crazy, yeah. But he gave up this home run, and the offense just couldn't readjust. They only scored 2 runs, and the pitching was there. 4 runs is not terrible, but early on they couldn't just get the lead back.
And it was interesting because they had the same problems earlier in the game today, and then they were able to finish the deal. So good for them that they're able to fight back for a second time and be able to capitalize this time.
Especially to do that early on in a season, because with teams and especially coming together to be a team, you have to learn how to fight and continue fighting through the whole thing. You got to learn how to finish. And that's one thing that I was kind of hoping that they would get done and out of the way, because last year we saw a lot of those games slip past in the bottom innings. And that was a little discouraging. But we're looking forward to spring for this baseball season, definitely. But first, the Jayhawks men's basketball team has a little something to prove in the Big 12 and the NCAA. Stay tuned, all that and more coming up next.